So we've got ourselves a brand new evolution in the training camp. This is going to take one of our silvers and make them into an 83 rated gold. So it's always going to be interesting. We've got a max 74 overall. You can't obviously use the World Tour Silver Superstars as that's going to be in pretty much every single one of them. Max 4 playstyles, a striker, 88 pace on the max. Pretty standard stuff. Now we've got 4 levels to grind this out because it's going to take a little bit of time. You have the first level, which is going to be a day. I believe as well, the way that you finish these on the training camps is once you've done the first day, you will have to acknowledge it and obviously press A on it to go to the next level. We then have another day for level 2. We then have another level day and for level 3. And finally, another level for number 4. Now, obviously, if you are not on Ultimate Edition, I believe you can do this if you've got a silver that you want to do it. But naturally, these are going to be just your standard stuff. It's going to be a nice upgrade. And to be honest, the overall striker doesn't look terrible. We're going to get ourselves the Poacher ++, sprint speed, stamina, shooting, acceleration, power shot on the playstyle, Force 9+, a skill move up to 3 as well, and the weak foot up to 4 with the playstyle on Game Changer. And then the final one, we will end up with Relentless. Now the big thing with these, you can only have 4 playstyles, so if you have got 1 or 2 already, then you'll only get the Relentless and Game Changer. The next ones will be Power Shot, and then that's it. In fact, so it's free. So naturally, you've got a few that you might not get, depending on how many playstyles your silver does have. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for El Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics, and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with El Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. Now, obviously the hardest bit about this is you can't check your club through this. You do have to go through the web app. So we're going to go straight through FUTBIN anyway. I don't think I've got that many silvers that I'm that ecstatic about. So hopefully this is going to be a nice one to see. It's a nice upgrade across the board, to be fair. You can see the overall going up by +15. The max is going to be 83. So you could lower it down a little bit on them silvers. And in terms of stats, they're doing pretty well. Like they've really put them at a certain level that they're not necessarily going to be way above the strikers that you might already have. And also you got 4 days to grind it out. So you want to put that striker in right now because you want to give it as little time as possible. So loads of different options that we can go with. Just as an example then, let's go and have a look at a Prem player. Just because I can imagine they're going to be a lot of the kind of people's favourites at this point. Say we go, is Edouard still playing? That's nuts. So if we are looking at him, for instance, as this upgrade, we do get the very nice evolution. We also need to confirm I'm not a robot, which I'm not. Then obviously we get into the upgrade. So in terms of what we're getting from him, 15 on the pace, fantastic, 7 shooting, 11 passing, 9 on the dribbling, and 7 on the physicality. In terms of the upgrade, they really went upgraded on this one. For a silver to go up that much, and like I said, like it's not crazy to the point where I'm like, okay, this replaces Hugo, Ekitike, Isaac. Like, it's not replacing them by any stretch, but in general, it's a nice upgrade to get some of the silver players in. So if you are looking at a past and present, if you are looking at a specific team, like if I'm going for a Man U team here, we will have a few players that could go into it. Obi's going to be a big shout for this one. Is he... He still plays for, I don't know if he still plays for us actually, to be honest, but regardless, if we were looking at him, goes up to the 80, but the stats are still the same. 13 on the pace, 16 shooting, 10 passing, 10 dribbling, and 10 physicality. It's a lovely upgrade. If you think you want to just go out and out with the Hunter then, we then throw that on him, 90, 82. It turns him into a 78 rated striker, so at the start of the game, for an upgrade that I don't have to do any work with, other than just put them into the training camp, I can't really complain too much with that one. Now, in terms of where this takes us for some silvers, the big thing we've got to remember is there is going to be a World Tour, I don't know if it's Gauntlet or Tournament. If you go into the play, you are able to see some of the live events that are coming up. So, for instance, this World Tour Silver Superstars League is going to require silvers. So if you have got a specific silver that you want to try out on this, obviously it's no 75s and above, you must have one World Tour Silver Superstar as well. If you obviously have got a striker that could fit into this, you've not quite finished Eusebio yet, then obviously you might want to hold off and kind of keep some of the good silvers, or at least buy somebody to do it, why not? But there will be plenty of objectives by the sounds of it that will require evolutions, that will require silvers as well. So doing a bit of due diligence to be able to see who's better at this is going to be the big question, really. Now, there's going to be plenty that you can throw in at 83. Most of them are going to be on that same sort of level of like an 83 with 10 on the pace, 10 on the shooting. So it's not necessarily going to be a case of this one is way better. It will just be popular names. The major leagues, major nations are always going to be great. Mark is going to be another great one for this from last year. We obviously saw him in the Future Stars, and he's got himself a nice upgrade already. You can already see with the 8 pace, 10, 10, 10, 4 on the physical, it gets him to a very decent level to start with. You could throw the Hunter on him then to get him to the 82 striker. I mean, it's a good starter striker that you can get on board with. And if you've not got a solid striker you want to go with, and you are trying to do like a road to glory, why not? I think this could be a nice one to kind of get going. So it will be specifically on the leagues, really, more than anything. I can imagine chemistry-wise, getting yourself a Prem, getting yourself a La Liga, anyone that is on that same sort of level is going to be a nice shout. Just looking at a few others, obviously Georgia's going to be another one. They're all going to be roughly in that same sort of boat. I wonder if, can we go by league here? Even better. So you can already see a few of them, obviously. Nketiah's obviously in there as well. Dennis, you've got Barnes as well. So there is a few decent options you can go with in terms of Prem. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a bad thing. If you go La Liga, again, it's going to be very niche. You might think of a player that I personally don't know. If you're running a La Liga team, your favorite teams, I don't know, like Atletico Madrid, there might be a stunning bronze or silver player that you want to upgrade, and they're perfect for this. So it's a great start to go with, and to be honest, even if you go one step further than this and go for like a bronze, so for instance, if we was to go, say we go Prem only, and then we was to go in, it's not going to give me, is it? I was going to say, if you could go, let's try and do it this ourselves, because what you could do, if you're thinking for the silvers, no one above 75, if we go for bronzes, all bronzes, go into the Prem, and then look at position, just as a one step above. If, for instance, we were looking at a player, 15 ratings, what? We're looking 68. So it might just work for the 58 here. If I'm thinking of an upgrade, really, okay, so 59 is the highest rated, but in terms of the stats in comparison, might be worth looking at a bronze if there is a decent one. Now, I don't know if there's going to be loads, but realistically that could be another thing you could throw in for a silver player with a bigger upgrade, some nice play styles. I know that the World Tour Super League is there, and obviously the World Tour Silver Superstars are going to be in it as well, so a lot of people will have had them finished by then. So lots of different options you can go with if you were looking to throw just silvers on there. But I do think it's another evolution that at least is free, so that's one thing for it. You can only obviously pick it on the web app or on the companion app if you're signed in there, and that's where you obviously pick your player, but you can obviously go ahead and check on Futbin to see who's really the best option. So let me know down below who you're going to go for. Make sure you do like and subscribe, and I'll catch you for that next one. Peace.